So let's say, do Buckaroos, how the heck are you? Saturday evening, I tried to set up a video and then I had some technical issues that I can't explain. So anyway, I just deleted it and started over. How the heck are you, man? So I decided to do two cocktails here for a Saturday evening or early Saturday evening, I guess, or as some might say, pre-evening. I wouldn't, but some might. So I decided to do two cocktails here. First one I want to get to right away before my ice melts too much. Like I said, I had it ready to go. Then we had some technical difficulties, let's just say. So I'm using this Black Sea Shines of the Ozarks. It's out of Kimberling City, about an hour from where I live here. This is their whiskey GBR 77 at 120.8. They don't give me a lot of info on their website, so I don't know the exact mash bill. But since they're doing shines, I'm just going to make an assumption that it's just a sugar product that's aged in some oak. But I got to tell you, at that 120, it's easy to drink on its own. It drinks fine, neat, it drinks fine on the rocks. But here I decided to treat it as a old fashioned because I had an idea. So I had an idea, man. So I made a honey simple syrup because I want just that light sweetness, right? So the honey simple syrup, but then I added some pink peppercorns to it just to give it a little something extra. And to keep it with that summer vibe, I used lemon bitter. So I don't want too much more to melt in here, so we're going to get right to it. Oh gosh, that's gorgeous. Oh yeah. So you don't necessarily get a lot of spice, but yeah, those pink peppercorns give you just a little something, right? It's not like adding jalapeno heat or even black pepper heat. Just give you that little something to wake up those taste buds. So again, at that 120.8, that those black sea, I mean, that's one of the best shine products I've ever had. It is slightly aged. They didn't have any unaged of this right about it as well. Uh, gosh, that's nice though. So I did make this I did make this simple syrup about, let's see, this is Saturday. I made it on Wednesday when I was off. So as those pink peppercorns have sat, it has given it a little more, a little more something, something. But like I said, it doesn't really get to spicy all the way. Well, I was trying to do a more of a summer influenced old fashioned, which is why I added those lemon bitters to take it in a slightly different direction. So I've got 2 ounces of the whiskey. I've got about 3/4 ounce of the simple syrup, about 3 dashes of lemon bitter. I don't like mine as sweet as most, but because I've got a lot of proof here, yeah, I could probably take whatever. But for me, I don't need more than this. I never want to drink sweeter than what I'm drinking right now. Oh, gosh, that's nice. That's really nice. I want to visit that distillery once I recover financially from vacation. I'm going to get out there because, like I said, they're only about an hour away, so I'll figure something out. I really want to get back to Little Rock, though. I need to figure that out too. There's a couple places I didn't get to, and a lot of it was because, well, I was meeting a friend, so I wasn't necessarily keeping to a schedule. But that and it was. I mean, it was hotter than a mother humper out there. I mean, it was 98. Feels like 110 most of the time we were out there, right? So, but yeah, I want to get out there more in the fall. I like to get out there just before Thanksgiving, actually, if I am able to get the time off, which is, in all honesty, unlikely, but we'll see. For a couple of reasons. One, I forgot to pick up. Gosh darn, I'm so mad at myself. The main thing I wanted to get out there, other than the whiskey, was some bourbon barrel aged maple syrup. And for some reason, I forgot to pick it up. I grabbed other stuff, but for whatever reason, I forgot to grab that. And I'm really bad at myself, man, because I really thought I picked it up, but I'm not finding it here. I really thought it was in one of these boxes, but it isn't. But I got some other things I didn't plan on getting, so yeah, I guess that's the trade off. The other reason, though, is between here and there is Leslie, Arkansas, where they have Serenity Farm bread. My wife and I picked up some products from them on the way home, and man, the stuff is insane. So if I'm able to get there before Thanksgiving, that would be great. So I can grab the stuff I want from Rocktown, but also pick up some of that bread and some other things to have, around the holidays. So, anyways, let me finish this cocktail up so I can get to cocktail number two. Damn, this gonna be right back. Stay with me. So, changing products around here. So, this one is not quite an old fashioned. Similar to the cocktail I did earlier, so I'm using the Rocktown Golden Promise. Let me show you that cocktail. Let's set that down for a second. The Rocktown Golden Promise, a single barrel straight bourbon whiskey, finished in toasted French oak, barrel 1282. Excuse me. This one is at 110.4. Doesn't say cask, I guess, but 110.4, you can certainly make that assumption that it probably is. But so I used that. I used 2 ounces of that, but I also used a half ounce of the Rocktown ginger liqueur, and then half ounce of the don't tell my wife half ounce of the Rocktown salted caramel vodka. So and then ginger bitter. So I'm kind of going for ginger snap for this one in case you didn't figure it out. So I got the ginger, the vanilla. That ginger liqueur they have is just wow, man. I mean, there are some more expensive brands out there that you can buy if you like, but damn, it is damn, man. It's really good, man. Uh, haven't been drinking as much beer lately. I've really been feeling the whiskey neat and the cocktails, to be honest with you. It's been going down easier. I've been struggling drinking much beer. I've really been enjoying the whiskey, so I didn't really buy much beer up there, and I wish I had bought a little more whiskey. But like I said, budget was tight. We almost had to cancel our vacation altogether because we were planning a larger one, but then some things came up that we didn't expect, and but then I thought, well, we had a conversation. So, well, I've already got the days off. I really don't want to not take them off. So let's just do something on a smaller scale, and we did. It was nice. It was nice. It was good to get away just for. It was also good to see a couple old friends I hadn't seen in a long time. That was the really nice part. And to visit one friend's brewery, and to hang out the whole day and get rather toasty with another friend. A whole lot more drunk than I intended on getting. But what are you gonna do? You don't see somebody in a decade. It's hard to tell them no. Anyway, it's lunch. Gosh, I really, really like this one. That Golden Promise is really nice. I probably ought to drink the rest of that bottle to eat up. I've been going through it a lot faster than I intended on because it's really good, man. I've been going crazy on these Rocktown products because I had about a week home. We just took a short, we're only gone for about 4 days, but I had almost a week where we could just relax. So that whole week I was drinking this stuff. But now I need to kind of forget it's there and start going through those other half bottles. Like, because I've got like now, I've got about 12 half bottles open at this point. So I got to quit drinking the Rocktown, go back to that stuff I was drinking before the vacation. But right now, I'm just so addicted to the products, man. The Rocktown products are so good that again, for this, I was going to go somewhere else or, go a different direction, not use a Rocktown. But then, but if I use the ginger, then I have to use the Rocktown bourbon. And then it just became a thing. So I do a video later this evening. I'm going to try to get away from the Rocktown products, but I can't make any promises. I also picked up the Cream de Cacao, which is really good, man. Creme de Cacao. It's really good, man. Oh, gosh. But I'm frustrated with myself that I didn't pick up that maple syrup because I really thought I did because I thought I saw it in the box, and then when I was unloading stuff, I didn't find it. How did I not grab it? Damn it! How did you not? You bought this, but not that. What the hell? Oh. Usually this time of year I start working, well, not this time of year, about a month I start working more Saturdays. So I'm enjoying the ones that I have off now. I don't mind working Saturdays. So in all honesty, being in the business that I'm in, right? That's where the money is, as they say. Yeah, I don't mind working the Fridays and Saturdays because man, that's where the tips are. I always thought I'd be a pretty good bartender. I didn't realize that I'd love it as much as I do, though. I don't, if I did it as a younger person, I'm not sure that I would have appreciated it as much as I do at my age, though. To be able to do this as an old man, I really enjoyed it. Sometimes the Fridays and Saturdays are rough because it's a 10-hour day. Sometimes being on my feet that long really hurt that evening and the next day. But it's so enjoyable and fulfilling, right? I just enjoy the hell out of what I do. I love pouring great craft beer. I love making fine craft cocktails. And I love the people that I'm making it for, which is really the best part. We got a great clientele that's very appreciative, that understands. I mean, I had some folks in last night that go to some of the finer cocktail places in town and will still tell us that even though we're not known as a cocktail bar, we're doing the best cocktails in town, and that means something to me. It's great satisfaction. It's a lot of satisfaction, man. Anyway, anyway, I digress. Had a late lunch, so we'll probably have a late dinner. Yeah, we didn't have lunch till like 3:30. Of course, we didn't have breakfast till 11:30. It's been that kind of day. But we try to eat light. That last meal of the day, have something lighter. So and sometimes we don't even have a meal per se. It's just something easy. But we found if we try to skip the meal, then we snack heavy later, right? And eat things on harder. So there's that right balance. Try to eat real healthy, but light that last meal. But been a few times when we tried to skip it, and then 2 3 hours later we're eating not as well. But we're trying not to keep a lot of that stuff in the house anymore. Um, vacation stuff because there's only so much you could do, right? But we haven't had any fast food for a while, other than my fast food that I'm not giving up is pizza. So we did have a pizza last night, just so I didn't have to cook anything or reheat something. But other than the pizza, we haven't had any fast food in about 6 months. So we're trying to eliminate that, and I'm going to start exercise program next week with a personal trainer. I've lost some weight since the beginning of the year, but not as much as I'd hoped by this, by this time of the year, I guess. But I keep bouncing back and forth. I get a lot down, and then of course, you always put on a little bit during vacation. But cutting down on the beer, yeah, I need to cut down on the beer and just drink at certain times. I don't typically drink during the week. I don't drink if I have to work the next day, so I've cut back some that way. But I do need to make some better permanent changes because every once in a while there's a weakness, and I find myself eating cookies. You get depressed, and yeah, so we're both trying to get better there. And I've really embraced this cocktail portion of my life. I really enjoy making and drinking the cocktails, formulating these cocktails. Some translate to work, some don't. But some of the ideas I really like myself, so I end up still drinking them at home. Like this one with the ginger liqueur, the whiskey, the whiskey I could change up. The ginger liqueur, um, the ginger bitters, and then that salted vanilla really gets me to. I wanted to add that. I was going to just do with the ginger liqueur. So no, I got to add that salted vanilla to really get me to ginger snap. Right, I need that little vanilla and salt in there, which gave me an idea for another cocktail, which I won't get into right now, but it's going to involve some foam, and then I have some flaked salt. So that's kind of the idea with that one. Anyways, I digress. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and